Here we are, footy fellas, and we're just waiting on this game to start because in classic American fashion, games never start on time.
I think we take it for granted that the English Premier League games start exactly when they're supposed to. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's nice when you turn on the TV knowing exactly what time. You can plan your routine, your morning routine, your afternoon routine around an exact start time and know that you're going to flick on the TV and everything's going to be okay versus like a where's it, what's it, who's done it type mentality here.
And all the games start at the same time. All the refs are just in sync in the prem. Why can't we get this happening here? Oh well, should be a good one today. I see the Portland faithful out in the stands, all the green looking good. It's a shame that they're going to be sad at the end of the game, but we'll see.
There are not many MLS environments better than Portland, where you've got the chainsaw, the Timbers log, plenty of passionate fans, always a packed stadium, a lot of green, just a cool color to begin with. Doesn't get much better than that.
Yep. I was talking to my buddy. I'm super stoked that we're not playing Seattle at all, and we wouldn't be playing them until the conference finals, which is the best case scenario. So it's good luck. We're going to come in hard. We beat Portland both games this season, so it'll be a good match. But
do you find that is building confidence for you in the team, or do you feel like you've used up the amount of wins that you have against Portland, and it's now their turn to be the underdogs and take you down?
No, I don't think so. I think Portland's ranked higher, home field advantage, so there's no underdog mentality from them. Definitely falls with MNUFC, and it's good that the Loons have won both games this season. It gives them something. Not only can they visualize a victory, they know the experience of a victory. They know how it feels. They've done it before. They'll do it again. So I think it's the best case scenario for them. Plus, we play arguably better away from home, which is weird, but Portland is super hard to play in.
Is that, not to call you out, Ice, but is that just a toughness mentality thing? Because all the previews for this game I was reading talked about how bad MNUFC were on the road this year. Like, worst team in the MLS, scored barely over a goal, and so their home play kept them in it to get them to this point.
Wow, I just threw that stat out like I knew what I was talking about. I felt like when I'd watched during the season, I felt like they played pretty well at home. Yeah, that my intuition obviously was not on the money there.
It's a mentality thing now. It's like MNUFC versus the world. In case everyone was curious, all three of you out there were curious who we were rooting for. Icy is both wearing the gear and we've got the background to show for it.
Wow.
And we've got the background to show for it. So in case you were curious, now you know.
Now you know. Let's go. That looks good.
Should we have been an MNUFC, signed by the team to promote the game, publicize the game, you think?
We should have. I could have. Look, HQ is just down the street from where I live, so I could have knocked on some doors, made it happen.
We did just lose we lost one of our three fans, so maybe they were a Portland Timbers supporter.
Yeah. We are not starting our normal goalkeeper. I don't understand.
Why? Who's St. Clair?
St. Clair played most of last season because our main guy, Miller, was injured. I don't know what happened to Miller. Oh, gosh.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Icy, you can talk us through the Minnesota side first, starting with St. Clair, who it sounds like you're a bit surprised by.
Yeah, I'll have to do a little digging into why Miller's not starting, but St. Clair, he's solid. He's young, so he's got this kind of nervous energy sometimes on the field. You can see it, especially when the ball's at his feet. So, boy, oh boy, I hope he's very direct in what he does today. Classic in the back. Boxall's great. Is looking strong. Alonso, he's going to come out. Will Trapp's got to have a great game. Obviously, Reynoso, number 10. He's our playmaker. He's our guy. So we need a lot from him and Robin Ludd on the right side there. So those are the guys that are scored today.
Was digging into this Portland team, and Asprilla and one of the Charas, I assume the more attacking Chara, are their two leading scorers. I think they had like 11 and 10 goals respectively. So Portland seems to be a bit more of an attacking team than they were in years prior, where even though I think they struggled to score, they were really strong defensively. But now they've got this strong 4-2-3-1, similar to Minnesota. Both teams playing the same formation, actually, but with Blanco just engineer out of the midfield and Mora up top, who probably could do more. They've got pieces to score goals.
Yep. Yeah, kickoff. Ooh. You know, the one thing, Reynoso, just keep an eye on him. He gets fouled very frequently. He's the Grealish of the MLS.
People have been saying that about Reynoso. They've been calling him the Grealish of the MLS for a while now.
They look alike. They twins, maybe.
At least in terms of calf size.
I think
on the money.
There you go.
Oh, they called it the other way. Wow.
Dive, if we would call it that.
My gosh.
Icy, how do you feel that? Remind me, is target field turf or is it turf? Is it turf or turf? Is it turf or grass?
My boy, you are mistaken. Target field is where the Twins play.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a good test. Good. So that's that field. The field though that you play soccer at.
Allianz Stadium.
Oh, much cooler.
Allianz Arena.
Very
Allianz. Yes. It is grass, my good man.
So how do you feel playing a playoff game on the turf? Do you think it lends to your talents, or is this gonna potentially favor your opponents a little too much?
You know, MNUFC can play on anything, but definitely bodes well for Portland to have the turf, which is odd. I guess I didn't even realize teams could have turf fields.
Would you say that MNUFC is a possession team? The times you've gone to see them this year in person, like how do they stack up keeping the ball against their opponents?
Yeah, no, definitely. There were moments where they had some Liverpool-esque possession times, but that's when we are very confident and in the game. When we're not in possession, or like not getting the passes that we want and working it around, things are not going our way. So
that's a great point. Just to get everyone involved here, we'll hit the official kickoff. We're 2:30 into the game. MNUFC, Portland, MLS Playoffs Round 1. We'll take a look at the bracket midway through the first half. We as a stream are rooting for Minnesota. You can let us know who you're rooting for in the comments, or you can ask us great questions like Ivan, which we can get to in a sec. Our Thanksgiving starting 11. That's a great question.
Yep.
But first, let's hit this quick intro we put together to really kick off the game in style. So yeah, you could say it's a pretty dang big game, is what you could say.
That looked good.
Next level production, guys. This is.
That's what you get with the footy fellas.
So off the bat, I just feel like this is kind of on the surface. I think the thing we need to address. Really digging the ice blue kit. I think is what we're kind of going for today. The deep dark forest green situation for Portland is nice and thematic. Obviously, it matches well with just the entire aesthetic of the field and the trimming of the stadium. But I'm loving this icy kind of blue crisp. I'm thinking
super crisp,
like a refreshing Gatorade after a hangover. I'm thinking just great thoughts when I'm seeing out here. Hopefully they can translate that to the pitch too.
Good analysis.
Yeah, these kits are looking fresh. I was thinking blue Sour Patch Kids, little running around there, but the Gatorade thirst quencher, I like that.
Couple of shout outs to Abdul, who was first in the stream. If you're still here, thank you for joining us. Idar, GG MNUFC, a bit of a mouthful, but we appreciate the sentiment. And let's get to Ivan's question. Let's talk about our Thanksgiving starting 11 as the game takes a bit to build its momentum, come into itself. What's your first, who's like center midfield, or who's the workhorse of your Thanksgiving starting 11, lads?
Yeah, we're strictly talking MLS players, correct?
You could go players, you can go food.
World.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
The Thanksgiving starting 11. Let's go.
Yes, this might be dishes. Could be serving up hot plates right here.
Okay, I was slow to it. Oh man. I'd say stuffing for sure. That's the workhorse of the plate.
Yeah.
That's a workhorse.
Like a center defensive mid. If you're probably playing with that, that's probably your stuffing a little bit right there. I think green beans are kind of wingers. And green beans can play like a left wing or a right wing.
Flexible.
Yeah. Just darting, direct, narrow.
Yep.
Is the turkey in goal, or is the turkey the coach? Is the turkey too big? Is the turkey a center back?
Too big of a personality?
Right. Like usually a superstar.
No, I would say it's a goalie. It's more of like it's all reliable, all faithful. They get the saves. It saves the plate. If all the other stuff is bad, the turkey could save the day.
Nice.
Could come around and save it.
Nice.
Got to put pumpkin pie as the striker.
That's just a matter of fact. I mean, that's an obvious one.
That's just obvious. It just finishes with style, looks good. It's just classy. It's clean. Yeah, just hits the palate with ferocity.
Mashed taters, maybe center attacking mid.
Wow, we have a thick midfield.
Yeah, we got some beefy boys in midfield.
Yeah.
Ivan seconds the little pumpkin pie. Let's go.
Yeah. So other things that we have out there, I just want to throw them, and you guys let me know if they're hitting any positions for you guys. We got cranberries. You got mac and cheese.
Cranberries are 100% on the bench, but maybe that's just for me.
Don't make the starting 11.
Yeah, cranberries are not in the starting 11, fair. But what was the other thing you said?
I said mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, baked mac and cheese, maybe.
See, mac and cheese might be a starter off the bench for me. I don't know if that's usually a not generally a starter on my plate. I would say for family gatherings. But the cranberries though, oh man, that's like a little chavi on my plate. That mixes and mingles with all the food. So that's the cranberries central midfielder.
Cranberries are part of your triangle, rotating triangle in the midfield.
Triangles,
midfield.
Exactly.
See, that's where and hear me out. That's where I feel like gravy fits in and could be potentially be that interchange player, that center attacking mid. They can kind of free float wherever they'd like. Who are some big name who's obviously your defending core on your starting 11? That's kind of the next question. Hold on, that's also a great question.
Wait,
too.
Ivan's asking some really hard questions. One sec. We'll come back to the Thanksgiving starting 11 piece. Who would win in a fight, a loon or a timber? Like we're talking just a tree trunk timber?
I would assume, and it's been cut, so it's not alive anymore, right? Like it's literally timber.
So the loon could just pick it up and drop it anywhere?
You would assume.
But could it though? Or is the weight of the timber too much for the strong but small loon? Would it actually injure itself trying to do something to the timber?
Interesting. I mean, the timber could last longer than the loon too if the timber isn't being used. But if the timber has been made, you would assume. Okay, so here's something: is timber man-made? Is it something that is? And for people who are
just joining a live stream right
now,
now,
this is really minute 8 or 9 on the Timbers Loons game. Great back and forth action, a lot going on, but really the biggest action is going on in this chat here, where we're dissecting who would win in a fight, a loon or a timber. It looks like we lost everybody. So anyway,
Ivan, if you're still here, we'll get to your question now.
I would. So my question to you guys is, are we defining a timber? Okay, we have a couple more people in the chat. So here's what's going. No, I would go. I feel like a timber is something that it's been cut, it's been processed in some capacity.
Yep.
And so therefore, if it has been, then we lost the people. Okay.
You got to answer in like under 3 seconds, dude.
I'm going with the Loon just because I think the Loon could maybe outsmart the Timber. And just kind of exist around it. The Timber would get used.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Collard greens, by the way, would be like a center back, left back.
Oh, come on. Let's go.
Wait, we're well behind you, Icy.
Yeah.
We're well behind you.
You guys will see it.
See what? We have no idea what's about to happen. All right, 10th minute. Game could go anyone's way. Anyone's game at this point. Anyone's game. Minnesota streaking down the right-hand side. Played a through ball down the line. Springs it across, and Minnesota finishes!
Golazo!
That's a golazo!
Wow.
MNUFC
So nice.
supporters group going crazy. Yeah, Icy, give us your recount of it.
Oh, man, that was nice. I just saw a little replay, and Robin Ludd, obviously a play was going to come through him some. And Matt and Nair, actually, our outside back winger, overlapped. And so, dude, that's just some Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool-type-esque play right there.
Beautiful ball across. Just like the most dangerous area. Keeper can't get there for the Timbers. And you need someone on the back post. And they delivered.
Yeah, I just really like waving to you guys.
Hey,
we have a guest in the chat in the stream.
Nope, that's just me waving to you guys.
Still very excited. When you get excited about something, you got to grow a third hand.
No, wow, that was nice. Let's go. That's huge.
What a start for MNUFC.
Yeah, great start. I thought it was probably leaning towards Portland up until then for play.
Do you guys think, real quick, very important, that the seats in the stadium are going to be filled up anymore? I do. It seems a little spotty in there, and I was giving them the benefit of the doubt that people would show up. Maybe they're getting some concessions. They would fill it out in the next 5 minutes. But we're 10 minutes into the first half, and there's some like rows of seats available right there.
Gaps.
I think everyone just left. I think everyone saw the first goal and was like, "Well, that's game."
Probably.
That's
bounced.
That's it.
Look at checks.
Maybe you ever heard of Portland traffic, Jones? It's almost as bad as LA traffic, man. I'm telling you. They're sitting in there waiting.
Sunday at 3. That's when it gets bad, man.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Do not want to be driving in Portland around 3.
No.
Hot start though for MNUFC, who are on the front foot in Portland. They could be, I'm sure somewhere in their heads, even though they're the home seed, they're the higher seed, 4th. They're at home. They've just been getting dominated by MNUFC in recent years, including the 2 matchups this year, like you're talking about, Icy. So it's got to be a pit in your stomach when you've already lost a couple times to a team and you go down 1-0 this early.
Yeah. I just hope the team can keep – we just have to keep up the mentality, keep up the pressure, because I don't know if it's a Minnesota thing or what, but every time Minnesota sports start to do well, the opponent – feeds off some random energy that we give, and then they come back and make it a game. Anyone watch the Minnesota Vikings-Packers game today?
Ooh. Yeah, it looked like they took on the dub, right? Close it out.
They got the dub, but it was not easy. They made it much harder on themselves.
I know you're well ahead of us, ICC. Saw this like a couple of minutes ago, but the chance there for Portland off the free kick, it looked like Minnesota was just letting them, not marking that tight in the box there.
I know. That's exactly what I'm saying. You just got to keep up the mentality and you just got to keep our heads about ourselves. I mean, our high school coach used to always say, the first 5 minutes of a half and the last 5 minutes of a half, like that's when most goals come. And then it's also the next 5 minutes after a goal scores. That's when, I don't know, all this random stuff. Who knows if it's true or not. But it definitely seems like once a team scores, the next few minutes are a bit hectic.
Totally. And the 5 minutes after you score, you got to worry about because everyone is sort of shut down. But then the 5 minutes after that, that's when, like, here we go. Portland streaking down the sides, just like we were saying.
Yep.
That's going to be a great battle there. Chara and who's the left back for?
Left back, is that Met
Gasper?
Oh, Gasper on that side. Yep.
Ooh.
This could be a big breakout game or breakout playoff series for St. Clair. Did he play last year in the playoffs? I forget.
Yes.
He did. So I take it back, but it is in fact a second year potentially of him proving himself after their run in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if he played. I'd be shocked if he even got 90 minutes worth of play time this entire season. So it is weird seeing him out here.
Wow.
For those not watching, but listening to us, 1-0 MNUFC on Portland. We're about 16, 17 minutes in the game. And we've already had to clean up from all the celebration after that first goal. Pretty exciting. I'll tell you what, I'm not feeling bad about this. I feel like this MNUFC team has come into Portland and they've shown that they've got something. I think scoring in the first, roughly 10 minutes of a game can really change things and set things in your favor, because playoff ball is completely different. Playoff ball is all about momentum. It's all about, are you feeling it? Are you feeling the magic? You don't have it's not regular season. It's a, one and done. So, pulling out a big goal like that can change things. I think it's critical that they don't give up any goals in this first half. They can go into the second half up. This can be a easy road win, and nothing's really easy here, but a competent road win for our boys.
You don't have to look any further than the NWSL recent playoff and championship game we caught yesterday to see how in the playoffs it is about momentum. The 4 and 5 seeds or 3 and 5 seeds in the NWSL made it all the way to the finals. Portland looks so good throughout the year. On the women's side, that would have been crazy if they won both titles in the same year. I wonder if anyone's done that. But they look so good. They fell in the first round of the playoffs, and then we found our Chicago Red Stars up against the Washington Spirit in the finals, 2 total underdogs. And I think the same concept applies across sports, especially soccer, where it's a one game playoff more so than basketball, baseball series.
Yeah.
Wow, nice touch. I'm liking Gasper on the wing here for MNUFC. I don't know much about him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely stepped up. When the season started, it was rough going for Gasper, let me tell you. I mean, for folks who don't know, the Loons started 0-4 for this season, and it was just horrendous, and there was just a lot of bad stuff going on. Glad to see that they've fixed a lot of that stuff. So,
did it feel like when you were following them this year, did it feel like there was a turning point, any streak of games, or I forget when exactly in the season you actually went to a game or two, but did it feel like they turned it around mentally and on the pitch?
Yeah, actually, after we went 0-4, probably got a lashing from the manager and others, and fans. And they really stepped up. I think the next 10 games or 12 games, they were undefeated. They just had a bunch of wins and some ties. So it was a good turnaround, but going 0-4 was not a great start. Can only go up from there.
Exactly. I guess anything after that's a turnaround unless you keep losing. It's like it's Norwich,
We are the Norwich of the MLS.
You're the Norwich of the MLS, but at the same time, Reynoso is the Graylish of the MLS. So it's kind of both of those things simultaneously.
Yeah. God, Norwich. It's funny. We won't talk about Norwich too much, but we'll celebrate that they're not 20th. They have 2 wins to their name. Big things are going to happen for them.
We were saying, looking at the table yesterday, if they win one more game, they're like out of the bottom 3 for as bad as they've started.
Yeah.
Things are changing.
Ivan's a little getting aggressive in the chat here. We got some brawl action. The thing that Ivan doesn't understand is that MNUFC always wins in brawls. So
it's the hockey connection that Portland just doesn't have.
Hockey country. Yep.
Man, I don't know enough about the depth of these teams, what enforcers they actually have. I would assume, and I think this is fair, that Portland is allowed to use the chainsaw that they use to cut their timber after scoring, which I don't know what the Loons have coming off their bench.
It really feels like Robin Ludd would be the enforcer on an actual hockey team. Like he's a tall enough, big enough guy. It's maybe something also about him being Finnish, where a good hockey tradition as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see him being the enforcer. So I would give MNUFC the slight edge until you break out the chainsaw. Then, oof, we just got to that chance for Portland. I see.
Yeah, that was scary. Is that Will Trapp? Don't like to see that.
I still, reiterating earlier point, I still don't get why this stadium isn't packed. Isn't Portland known for having the?
I feel like there's a lot of people now.
I think there's like little
empty rows.
I don't know if that's like media. Maybe it's like media where they sit, and so it's usually a little sparse. But I need more tactical cameras. I need some bigger zoomed out cameras to help identify with what's going on here.
Yeah.
Will Trapp down here in the 21st minute. What an interesting move for him in his career, because I feel like I know he was on Inter Miami before this, and I'm trying to think what team before that.
Who's the Crew? Was he on the Crew before that?
Maybe.
Come on.
But he's such a, he was not that so much has changed, but things happen quickly. And like 2 years ago, he was looking like the future on the U.S. men's national team. I don't think he captained the team, but he was starting in the midfield for some of their good call, the Crew, for 6 years.
Akron Zips.
Akron's a great college.
From Akron.
College soccer culture.
Look at him.
He actually just, fun fact, had a kid last month.
Fun fact.
Past couple months. Very recently. He missed a regular season game because his wife was giving birth that night. And the Loons got the dub. So.
So everything's connected.
Yep.
Does it feel like he's been good for MNUFC this year?
Yes. Again, beginning of the season, the whole team was a mess. But once we figured it out and got a good starting 11, who all knew what they were playing. Yeah, Will Trapp he's very clinical. He's one of those players who he is not creative. He does the first thing that comes to mind, but he never forces a pass. The pass will always get to who he wants it to go to, which is he's a defensive midfielder, so you don't want anyone kind of like doing anything risky, and he does not do things risky. So seeing him down on the ground, though, is concerning. He does not dive. He doesn't mess around with that stuff. So seems to be back out there.
Well said. Yeah, that CDM role. You just want someone consistent. You want someone you can trust, workhorse. You want that.
You want vanilla. You want vanilla back there. You don't want anything crazy.
You want vanilla, I think, in your like passing on the ball abilities, but you want absolute wrecking ball off the ball. Like I think about Fabinho, and I know I'm making a lot of Liverpool references, but that dude, anytime I see an attacking player go towards him, I'm like, oh, Fabinho's got him. He's going to slide tackle, break his leg, or he's going to just win the ball super cleanly. Those are you got to have both. You need your defensive midfielder to instill fear in the opponents.
Speaking of instilling fear, I'm a little worried here for MNUFC. It feels like they're getting attacked in their own half. Just a couple times in a row, but let's see if they can start keeping the ball a bit more and keeping it in Portland's final third to swing the momentum back now that they've been trying to just, hold on to the goal. You got to sort of go on the attack again. Otherwise you start getting pressed in your own half.
Yeah. Seems like there've been a lot of stoppages of play so far, but
it's been a choppy first half. As this free kick is being set up, I see, how are you feeling? First, big chunk of this game. Anyone in this game you need to show up. I don't feel like I've seen much from Reynoso. I don't know if he's just, you guys just haven't had much of the ball yet, but someone shot it. Okay.
The first, all right, there's a first glimpse from Reynoso there. Reynoso has been a little quiet so far. I think that's a lot of Portland's doing. Obviously, he's the number one guy to watch if you're Portland. And they're making it hard on him. So, I think that's why you see Ludd getting involved in Metanair, defender coming in. But yeah, so far, I just think we need better possession. We just got to slow it down, work it around. That's when we really play our best.
Great free kick from him there. Good effort. He's drawn a couple fouls. Like he's trying to find spaces. Like you said, Timbers have adjusted defensively to try and shut him down, being Minnesota's main option going forward. But he's picking his spots here.
Yeah, definitely.
Got a question as well from Scott asking if the major betting platforms cover the MLS. Yes, they do. And if so, just final score. Well, if you're looking to, you miss some of the craftier, creative bets like, first yellow card. I think someone already got a yellow card, or first goal already happened. MNUFC up 1-0. What else? Who's going to be wearing the light blue jersey? Too late. It's MNUFC. They came out on the field already. Coin toss. Length of the national anthem.
Right.
How big will the bald eagle be?
The first manager to leave the box, their kind of like preordained box.
Is that the future? They just have tactical cams on everything, and there's bets on individual people doing stuff.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would
that's
hope
the
so.
dream. They do cover. I think MLS betting and just predictions and people talking about scores and following score lines has picked up a lot in this last year, as well as betting as a whole. But yeah, we didn't really do score predictions, and it's already 1-0 MNUFC, so we have a leg up. But should we go around, predict some final scores here?
2-1 from me for the Loons. I think I hope that we can escape this first half without giving up a goal, but it seems like Portland will be hard to shut out at home.
I'm going ones. It's going to go to PKs. And PKs, PKs. I think the Loons do it. I think they make it happen. They slide in the corner to celebrate, and they tear their knees a little bit on the turf.
See, if you put money down on that, that's like plus 1,000. That's a very long shot odds to call the turf slide knee injury, but could pay off big time for you.
I put a lot of money on it.
I also like 1-1. Feels like Portland's going to score. This game's going to go to extra time. Once Portland scores, the defenses are going to play a little more cautiously. Both teams play a little more defensively, because right now it still feels like an open game. I mean, Portland needs to make it an open game to pull one back, but hopefully MNUFC can hold on for Icy's sake.
Yep. Speaking of some betting odds, I was shocked to see Everton to beat City today was a plus 4,000. I was like, what?
That's insane.
That seems way. Now, I might be misreading some of it, and it might have been to start the second half. So they were already down 1-0, I think, at that point. And I guess the odds at some point were plus 4,000. I'm like, damn, either Everton is just getting bodied by bettors, or City's just too good. And City's just too good.
Wow, is MNUFC the Man City of the Premier League in these kits?
Yeah, 100%.
In these kits, absolutely.
They got Grealish.
The two opposing forces that the media wasn't talking about enough are MNUFC's light blue, icy silky kits, which I'll pull up, and the fact that Portland has the TikTok sponsorship on their arm.
Yeah, it's so weird to see that TikTok symbol on jerseys. But it gets Jones going.
I'm hyped. I was gonna say I noticed the TikTok, and it makes me feel something.
You just want to dance, don't you?
I just want to move my feet. Who you have? You have Allianz on your shoulder for MNUFC. Okay, that's solid.
We've got a big old Target for Target Boutique.
The boutique Target store.
Yep,
in Minnesota.
Oh, you've never heard of Target Boutique?
Have not, but they've produced beautiful kits here. And honestly, as a sponsor, It's incredible because it looks cool. It looks like something you might even design if that were not the sponsor. It's less obvious, which is very nice.
It makes me think back to, it makes me, because I wanted to say this, it makes me hearken back to the old Arsenal sponsorship when they were sponsored by O2. And that was just like a big, big O with the little two on there.
Dude,
and
that was when
like
Arsenal.
Right. That's when they ran the table then.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's that's another level. So ideally, while MNUFC, have this target,
bullseye
branding, they can kind of, lift the notoriety of Target. I will say O2 haven't seen much from them.
Dude, I was just gonna say that. Like, how are you gonna be a part of an amazing club jersey, and then did you just die away? Like, what happened to O2?
It's pressure not just on the teams but the sponsors. I agree with you.
Maybe Arsenal just demanded way more money than they wanted to pay for branding. I don't know. Seems weird though.
They were on the iconic. They were on the Invincible kits. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Thierry Henry. He like had his best seasons. Like, I swear, wearing the O2s. All highlights I watch of him is wearing that Arsenal.
It's true. Yeah, all the highlight compilations, at least 50% is that single jersey.
Yeah. So we've finally got a little groove going with MNUFC, staying with the possession and working it around the midfield. Good to see. Slow it down, get the heart rates back.
Yeah, I'm watching them play. They're very confident on the ball. In two phases, and one is just simply passing it and spreading the field. I think they get it from touchline to touchline very nicely.
Yeah.
But then they also play out of pressure really well. And it's hard to, if they can do a better job of stymieing Portland's ability to kind of penetrate the box, I think they can actually have a pretty comfortable run potentially in these playoffs. They are possession based. They are possession focused. They're holding the ball. They're working around. We just need more shots from them. We need to test their goalie out a little more.
Yeah, definitely. And it feels like a lot of our problems, and I'm saying this on intuition again and not actual statistics, but that our trouble comes with counterattacks. We send a lot of guys up, and teams will play it just beyond or past our way too high defenders and have a clear shot on goal. So
dangerous couple of chances here. I know we're 30 seconds behind you guys, but dangerous couple of chances here for Portland in the box.
Yeah. Yep. It is. They've been getting a few of these recently. It's kind of been an onslaught somewhat, and our players seem like they're getting banged up. It's not good.
Yeah, a lot of fouls. Jones was saying it's chippy. A lot of fouls so far. A couple yellow cards. Guys sliding in, stopping fast breaks. Let's take a quick look at the MLS bracket, the playoff bracket, which has gotten underway yesterday. So a couple games to report. This Western Conference side, Minnesota is up 1-0, as we've been saying. That's the game we're watching right now. Sporting Kansas City took care of business against Vancouver. And on the Eastern Conference side, Philadelphia beat the Red Bulls, a game we watched yesterday, or at least watched the end of. I don't know if you saw that goal. I see unreal volley from the top of the box in the 122nd minute to win the game.
Oh my God. Wait, which game? The Philly?
Philly Red Bulls. Yeah.
Wow.
I forget who hit it, but that's got to be the goal of their life. Like, unreal. Took it down off the chest, one of those corners that gets cleared, but he's standing right at the top of the box, chests it down immediately. First time, cranks it right into the corner. Just beautiful.
Oh, man.
And NYC this morning taking care of Atlanta United. So both of those teams now, Revolution, probably the favorite, a lot of people's favorite, taking on NYC in the Eastern Conference semis. Philly is waiting on the winner of Nashville, Orlando, happening a couple days from now. which, rooting for Nashville. And Minnesota is looking to book their ticket against the Rapids if they can hold on here to this 1-0 lead.
Yeah. Oh man, too much possession from Portland in the final third against MNUFC here, and dangerous free kick coming up.
Sending our good energy their way by rocking the MNUFC background here. Need all the help they can get.
They sure do.
So sweet potatoes, are those, we're talking starting 11, Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
meal.
let's bring this back up.
Would you put sweet potatoes anywhere in the back line, up front, midfield? Are they making the lineup? Are they in the mix, so to speak? Is there any roasted cauliflower? Potentially Brussels sprouts.
I'm putting the sweet potato probably as a defender. It's solid on my plate. I enjoy sweet potatoes. It'll defend the palate for sure. So it's a staunch defender.
I like that, a staunch defender, because it's sort of starchy, right?
A starch. Yeah.
Starch, staunch.
Yeah.
Same deal.
They're
Same
all
deal.
starch.
St. Clair lefty goal kicks.
Yeah.
Gotta love the lefty goal kicks.
Yep.
I tell you what, Chara is a handful.
Yeah, Portland is just a physically imposing team.
Yeah.
Very athletic, happy to throw their body around, which means a lot of fouls, but also just tough to win the ball off them.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like sometimes the players on both teams have the same mentality of like using their body. A lot of bodies flying around here. MNUFC is definitely known to be chippy. And we're going to see some more chippiness as this game goes on. I don't think these teams like each other very much.
You could say that again.
I don't think these teams like each other much.
Say that again.
We've got some Klopp Arteta verbal banter going on between the managers.
Who's MNUFC's manager again?
Always forget his name. Adrian Heath. Yeah, he played in the Prem or something. He played in Europe for a bit.
I don't think he could take Portland's manager.
I also do not think the Portland manager looks like a gosh darn weightlift, like a weight trainer.
He's a CrossFit nut who just happened to get into soccer.
Very Portland of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually was big into crew, and
he cuts the timber with his hand.
Chops it. No chainsaw needed.
So we're in the if you're not following along, you're relying on us to tell you what's going on. Sorry. We're in the 39th, roughly 40th minute. Minnesota's up 1-0 away from home at Portland. Timbers have been applying the pressure, but haven't really been able to test out the youngster in goal Sinclair for MNUFC. I would say if I'm a Loons fan, I'm not too intimidated at the moment. They've been bending appropriately, but not breaking. Far from it. I think once you get a proper shot on goal, if something ricochets off the woodwork, then you might need me to get worried a little bit. But at the moment, doing what you're doing.
Oh man, they're just yellows flying like crazy.
About to see another bad foul. They have a good shape to them, Minnesota. I haven't watched them as much as you, obviously, I see, but they have a good defensive shape to them. You can tell they're being coached well.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Just not a good. See, Gasper, in that moment, you see a little bit of the out of control OC aspect to some of his gameplay, which can get us in trouble. I mean, you don't want that. And he's a hothead. Our defenders are. He's probably of all our defenders, maybe even all our players, one of the most hot-headed on the team. So don't like to see him with a yellow card.
Chase. I guess he sort of looks like a Chase. St. Clair organizing the wall. See if Minnesota. Ooh. Cheeky chip off the free kick. Look at that. That is one gripe I have with teams not running enough trick plays off free kicks, especially those that aren't right at the top of the box.
Dude, these guys are about to throw hands. You're going to see it.
Someone's about to get wrecked.
It's so funny. So we have Reynoso, Fragapone. We've got a lot of this. I guess maybe those are the only Argentinian guys on our team, but they love like together. They get really chippy against other players, and they'll like defend each other and all this stuff. And yeah, Fragapone definitely getting under the skin here of Blanco.
Ooh, Blanco kicking out at him.
Yeah, I mean Blanco's also been having a very not okay game probably for his standards. Holy moly! Oh boy,
We're gonna see this in a sec here.
It's gonna be nice. Nice for both sides, I guess.
All right, there's Portland fan energy. Yeah, a lot of empty seats behind the goal though. Ooh. Wow, we're like 25 seconds behind you.
How did that get blocked? Ooh,
dang. Portland went for the bike, and an ambitious but nice, effective bike from Portland off a free kick, header down, and I don't know who that was. Portland, one of the Portland attackers here. Who was that? Chara?
I think it was Mabiala.
Mabiala, 33.
Oh, is that a shoulder?
Dude, that's what I was saying. That looked iffy. And if this were the Premier League, it would take 10-minute VAR review.
And they'd probably call it PK.
And they might call it PK. But in MLS is so I have a love-hate relationship with their use of VAR.
Oh my God.
Yeah, guys are just bodies spilling everywhere. Wow.
We got a game. Save? We got a spicy game, guys.
Game has heated up in the back half of this first half. Timbers fans on their feet, finally starting to hear some noise, some chants. Needed a spark from their players. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's been coming for Mabiala. He's just been all over the place.
All right, we're going to play this, but sadly.
Golazo! Golazo!
I mean, this dude, Mabiala, I don't know much about him at all, but man, he's a threat. He's pretty big player, gets in the air well. Man, that's no joke. And I think he has a rip too.
See the replay here. Bounces off a couple Minnesota defenders. Yeah, he got up. Over like three Minnesota defenders sort of jumping together.
He got up. We just need to get our heads about us. I don't know what's going on here. It's way too physical. Like I think we're just getting way too chippy and emotional.
Do you think that's kind of playing into Portland's game plan, perhaps, that the physical part of it?
No, we're pretty physical. I think that's not anything unusual for us, but this whole chippiness, and now we just argue with the ref every play, and it's just that's too much.
I worry that the wrong player could get involved in the wrong altercation and accrue their second yellow.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm curious if there's going to be any substitutes made early in the second half to help mitigate any likely offenders. I feel like seeing Blanco popping up again and again, and even his retaliation, his kick out, he could have gotten a second yellow for that. And we got the Timbers been cut. Got the timber slice.
Officially 1-1 now. The Timbers striking back in the 43rd minute, 44th minute off a header from a corner. They have been pressing. Nothing that had looked so dangerous, but they definitely gotten the better side of this game the last 20 minutes or so.
Oh my gosh, dude, what are you doing? Okay. There was talk right before the game started. The Portland press is pretty solid, and that they press like 3 or 4 up front, make the defenders kind of hurry up and make decisions. But you'll see it in just a second if you haven't already. Making a poor pass out of the back with minimal pressure on you, you can't do that. Of course, and especially if we're so susceptible to these counters, we're not good at defending them. We absolutely cannot afford to do that. Luckily, nothing came of it, but it's like, what are you doing?
Absolutely. Wow, 4 minutes of stoppage time. Yeah, keep going, Ice.
Yeah, Reynoso's got to get more into it. He's getting carried away by – he's getting affected by the chippiness of everything.
It's always interesting seeing how the more tactical, technical players engage or don't with those chippy games once they find themselves in that. Like, if you can keep yourself separate, some feed into it. It's the same thing with every sport, but some feed into it and thrive on it, and that makes them play better. But some that could totally throw off their style.
I feel like it'd be harder as a player like him. Like, I think about Messi. Messi never really engages too much in that stuff, or used to not do that. It'd be hard if you're like the main guy who keeps getting hacked and fouled. It'd be hard not to engage.
That's where if you can keep a level head to help you do that, your teammates need to always step up and get chippy with the other team to kind of support you and take the fall, because you're the one that's consistently getting hacked.
Right. Okay. We've got,
the first minute stoppage time, 4 minutes of stoppage time. I guess tons of dead ball fouls and then whatnot, but still a lot of stoppage time in the first half.
Yeah.
Ooh. Be interested to see if the game remains this open in the second half, or if both teams, from an energy perspective and a game plan perspective, start keeping more guys back defensively, not want to get caught out on the counter, especially Minnesota on the road.
Right. I think, I think it's so open. Part of it's because, okay, first playoff game, let's go. Like, it's do or die. We have a lot of adrenaline. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that dies away a little second half and it becomes a bit more controlled in the midfield. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I can see that happening. These teams really they don't really like each other, and the chippiness is there.
Yeah,
but
hard to see it not continuing in the second half. Maybe levels off for a little bit with that breather, but then right back at it.
Yeah.
Could we see a red, like Jones said? I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, at this point, I would probably bet on it.
Which you
where's
could.
Scott? We have to tell Scott. Hey, Scott, put some money on the red card. Well, I think you called it, Jones. Or I think it was Jones. Yeah. Blanco's probably going to get the sub.
Is he looking hurt?
Claiming injury right now. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, that'd probably save the team a headache there. Oh, yeah, he's down. It could be appendicitis.
Oh, God.
Ate too much Thanksgiving food if his family had Thanksgiving dinner last night.
Right. No, or he had a Friendsgiving or something, and maybe they got him with too many Smirnoff Ices, and now he's feeling it.
Hey, you guys are Maddie and I are getting everything set up for Tuesday, right? We're expecting you guys, Friendsgiving?
Yeah.
We're on the hook for, a couple left backs?
Yes. A couple left backs. And the goalkeeper. You're actually bringing the goalkeeper.
We're bringing the goalkeeper. Nice.
It would take so much for Thanksgiving soccer to become a tradition in the U.S. It's like impossible.
Early morning.
Yeah, early morning 11s, full side.
Full side. No chance.
11s. That's the entire family, extended family, high
Yeah.
school friends.
I mean, just 22 people to even have a game. Well,
oh man,
if
they
you-
should
if
just
you-
call the half.
yeah, they might call the half in a sec. If you've stuck with us to this point, we appreciate it. I feel like our numbers, even though they're very low, have stabilized. So a couple of consistent, strong, friendly faces. We appreciate it. We might just watch this second half on our own, amongst the fellas. But it has been an honor, and they're bringing out the stretcher. They're really going all the way here to end this half on an injury, medical related note.
Yeah. Oh wow, he's a big. I figured he was a big component of their team. They're showing up some impact of Blanco. He's a +12 goal differential, -8 without. It's pretty important to their team.
Wow, they bring out the stretcher and then
He told him, "Get the stretcher, get the stretcher. We're playing it up. We're playing it up."
wow, that goal differential is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a decent sample size too.
Yeah.
Well,
And there it is.
this was an honor. Thank you all for coming out. Icy, let's go Loons. Let's go Loons.
Let's go.
Loons.
Loons.
MNUFC. All right. Well, we're ending the half where we started. Level.
Well said. Well said. Spread the good word of the fellas. If you're still listening, spread the good word of footy fellas, and have a great rest of your Sunday.
Cheers.